Imagine if he had 3 total tanks. Yeah, unfortunately, the build didn't really allow for that, just because if you remember, he went up to, was it 5 Raxes? No, it was 5 Raxes before the starport. But again, like, he was heavily marine focused, and he did delay his factory production quite heavily because of how much bio he was building up. And as you mentioned, like, he kind of missed his timing, right? Like, the bio army didn't really achieve what he was hoping for, just because it was so late. But very quickly, big conversation. Whipping out my Google Translate. What are we saying? Classic is saying no 3-racks. No 3-racks. And ByuN's like, you're a kid. You have no confidence, man. You have no confidence. Oh, no, sorry. Classic said he has no confidence. And we're proxying. Spawning in the bottom-hand corner of Celestial Enclave, we have the Brood War Terran player. That's the Teal Terran for Shopify Pro, going for the proxy in the natural base in the pocket of Classic. It is ByuN. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the StarCraft 2 Protoss player for Virtus Pro. He has no idea what's going on. He asked ByuN not to 3-racks, and technically there's no 3-racks, there's only 2. It is Classic. Let's go. Let us go. Classic going for his own gate expand. Again, Classic pleading ByuN. He's like, Papi, I have no confidence. Stop 3-racksing me. And he's like, okay, sure, let's go. I won't 3-racks you. Kappa. Bunker is on the way. Marines are amassing. Classic, he sees. He does see the bunker. He barely does spot the bunker. Classic, he knows. There's a question mark. The question marks are being thrown down. The boys are being pulled. And can Classic shut this down? There's 1 Marine so far. Ooh, the Marine takes a lot of hits. A bit of miscontrol. Yeah, a bit of miscontrol there by ByuN. Now to 2 Marines. Soon to be 3. Soon to be 3 Marines. Ooh. And does get 1 probe. He gets 1 probe so far. Where's the mineral walking? Yeah, the probes are going to be forced back. That's 4 probes going down. The bunker does finish. 5 probes falling. And the more boys have been pulled. Yeah, the boys are here to defend. Oh, ByuN is laughing. ByuN is laughing. No, the Zealot's going to go down. And ByuN's done it. He's done it. He has broken Classic. The Zealot goes down. All the probes go down. It's like, Papi, I promised. I didn't get a 3rd Rax. GG. And ByuN takes game number 1. Ay. GG, well played. ByuN, he does take a lead in the series. And again, because of the mineral patches to come into the pocket base, you can pull the boys and reinforce in the main base. That is crazy, by the way. And unfortunately, it took a little bit too long for Classic to realize what was going on. Likewise, he was unable to, I say unable to, he could have mineral walked. Remember, he couldn't click on the minerals behind him, but can he click on the minerals past the Marines at the triangular 3rd base? I think that allows them to get us around, just because if you click on those patches at the triangular 3rd, I believe the workers that try to move past the mineral wall, right, the worker path. So if we had targeted those mineral patches, I believe the probes would have gone through, could have surrounded, and could have dealt with that. But alas, Classic, he was moving his probes, and the Marines were able to body block. Essentially, they were able to body block, able to minimize surface area and shut it down. GG. So GG, well played. So lacking some worker micro there from Classic, and with that, ByuN takes game 1. Oh, sorry, I will fix the command in the chat. And also very quickly, I do apologize. Sorry, I was engrossed in the game itself. But a big shout out to Devi Jim in the chat. God, thank you so much. Thank you so much for supporting. Thank you so much for subscribing for the first time with Twitch Prime. Thank you so much for the support. We do appreciate it. Hope you enjoy the content. Hope you enjoy the casting. Hope you enjoy the StarCraft. Hope you enjoy. As we're getting into game number 2. So just updating the bracket command. Just updating. Classic gotta watch his throne. Solo's coming for it. I mean, Solo has been looking pretty impressive as of late. He's been devoting a lot more time, for sure. But can Classic even make it to the finals, Pappy? Can he even make it? As spawning in the top left-hand corner of Ruby Rock, we have the Teal Terran player. We have the now StarCraft 2 Terran representing Shopify. It is ByuN. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have the South Korean Protoss player picking Brood War Protoss, by the way. It is Classic. Hello, ByuN. As the SCV moves in for an eBay block, I would imagine. Yeah, moving in for the block. Moving into delay. No. He hides. There's enough room back here. He's we're just gonna cheese every game. We're just no. Classic, does he? He does. He scouts. He scouts. Question mark him. There's the Z. There it is. Does force a cancel. Get out of here. ByuN. Ay ay ay. Get out of here, Pat. SMH my hedge. Classic, like, leave me alone. TT. Hold on. If you're curious, so Classic, he said 2 free wins. You have no conscience, you have no morals. And ByuN's like, crying face emoji. Oh, speaking, jeez, ByuN, what's going on? But he's lost his mind. ByuN going for proxies 2 games in a row and now going for the ninja base. ByuN. Oh no, it's the holiday spirit, papi. It's the Christmas spirit. He's lost his mind. It is the eggnog. It's too much. He can't handle it. Oh no. We're clowning, papi. We're clowning. As Classic is playing standard, going into Dragoons, going into Dragoon range. ByuN behind this going racks expand into a delayed factory. Of course, Classic has no idea. Classic doesn't know. So you and Pig really are the best commentators, Duck. Quack, puppy, quack. CranKy Ducklings is the name of the channel, by the way. I'm light. But thank you. Do appreciate it. We have casted together, but it's been a couple of years. We casted together back in like 2021, 2022. PAX Australia. At the Penny Arcade Expo, there was a StarCraft 2 tournament in Melbourne. Did cast together. And before that, ANZ Chance. But it's been a while. Good friends. But here we go. We're getting into our game, and so far ByuN getting away with what looks to be soon to be a greater economy. We'll see if we can saturate that base. We'll see if we can keep it hidden. Again, trying to rally workers across the map is going to be difficult to achieve without being scouted, as the SCVs are rallying across. Unlike Protoss, we can't just recall to saturate the base. ByuN going for his 3rd CC after the 2nd rack, so this is honestly quite greedy. This is quite greedy here from ByuN, rushing to the 3rd CC. But Classy doesn't know he can punish. He can. Will he? Will he punish? Oh, sorry, I just realized that our in-game... There we go. Just realized that our in-game overlay wasn't showing. We have our casters. It's all good. Dreams move in. They can just bully the army. No bunker, no tank, no nothing. Marines are just going to go down. And can we force a cancellation? Can we force a cancel on the CC? I think we can. Yeah, the tank is still on the way. The CC taking a lot of hits, taking a lot of damage. There's a cancel. And again, Classic should be feeling pretty good. He doesn't yet know that there's another expansion though. But again, it takes a long time to saturate the space just because you're making one SCV at a time. He's shaking. No, he's scouting. He knows. Yeah, he does move that bottom left. Show us the question mark. Question mark him. Give it to him, Batty. Give it. Yeah. God damn it. He finds the ninja base. ByuN is having fun. That's laughing, by the way. They're laughing at each other. The Dragoons, they dive on the tank. Tank goes down. Ooh, nice sort of stepping out of ByuN. Does punish the Dragoons. Takes off 3 Dragoons. But there's so many more here. Yeah, the Marines are being punished. Stim is now finally done, but there's no support for the Marines. Tank will siege. Classic, he has no fear. He goes for it. He goes to the tank. One more volley. Tank goes down. Oh, he gets punished. Losing another 3 Dragoons, 4 Dragoons even. Man, that wasn't quite worth it for Classic. Losing 5 Dragoons in the retreat. Man with gun is pretty good. But we don't really have much behind this. There we go. Another tank has arrived. Classic backs off. Classic getting a 4th expansion. Doesn't even have his 3rd base saturated, which... Yeah, we're having fun, man. We're having fun. But this is greed that Classic can get away with. Because ByuN's been losing so much, because he lost so many SCVs, because he lost the base, because he lost so much of his army as well, Classic has the freedom to expand like this. Has that freedom. At least he should. Classic spots the move out. ByuN spots Classic. No scan. Fun fact, there's not enough energy for a scan, but ByuN, he's aware of the observer. He just needs a little bit more time for the scan. There, he has it. Here does have the scan. Observer goes down. Attempts to move out, but again, Classic is in position. Catching at the Marines. And do we pull the boys? Yeah, we pull the boys. 2 base all in out of ByuN. Now, has Classic been too greedy? The 4th base, was it too much? Was it too much, Babby? The boys are here so far. Decent kiting here with the Dragoons. Decent kiting. There's 4 Marines left, down to 3. Nice target firing. Down to 2. Wow, 2 Marines left. The target firing. He avoids the SCVs. The boys, they do nothing. And ByuN, he's running out of steam. He's running out of steam. He's running out of army. Speaking of target firing, he once again, oh, almost gets another Marine. Scan is wasted. The observer gets away. Oh, we're coming in for this round. Classic, he wants those tanks. Oh my god. He wants the tanks. Once again, nice target firing. Oh, bleed out 2 Dragoons. 2 Dragoons go down. Classic overextends. But as time goes on, we're building up more gateways. We have Zealots on the way. Zealot legs are done. Classic has to spend his money. The gateways are late. But the shield batteries are done. Oh, trying to force friendly fire. Again, ByuN is just taking so long to get here. Nice tank shots. Nice tank volleys. The boys are being pulled into the tanks. So many probes going down. ByuN, can he do this? Can he pull it off? He kills all the probes. Down to 2 tanks. Ah, the Zealots. Yeah, the Zealots, they get on top of the tanks. It's still so close. Oh my god. Tanks, they barely survive. And I think ByuN might have done it. He might have. It's still so close. There we go. 2 tanks go down. 1 tank left. Classic lost 18 probes. Does have a Reaver. Reaver has arrived. But there's no warping mechanics to this base. Is exposed. Exposed expansion. Classic gets to pull the boys. Coming from behind, getting us up with the final tank. With up with the Reaver. Looks like Classic will hold. He will defend. The probes, they do defend the 3rd. Classic is holding. GG gets called a clutch defense here as Classic. He will fight back, putting a point on the board. GG. Hi, what was that game? GG, well played. Classic, he does fight back. Again, a very chaotic series so far. ByuN proxying 2 games in a row, even going for a ninja base, but didn't get away with it. Now, I had thought that maybe Classic was being too greedy going for the 4th Nexus. The 4th Nexus did not come into play, but Classic was able to barely hold on. He did an amazing job buying time. Remember, Classic, he was picking off so many Marines as ByuN was trying to get across the map, and likewise, it was able to get this around as well. Classic had some very, very nice engagements there. Just pulling ByuN apart. GG. GG, well played. It was still quite close towards the end, but Classic did hold. And with that, we have a series. We have a back and forth. Up next, we're loading into Sylphid to determine who will take a lead in the series. Let's go. Let us go. See in chat, why the Dragoons? If you're unfamiliar with this game mode, this is a mod that has been in production for quite a number of years and has been quite popular for over a year at this point. This is StarCraft Evolution. This is a mod in StarCraft 2 that does that of course is a competitive mod that gets balanced quite regularly and patched quite regularly, but it does pit together Brood War versus SE2. In that last game, Classic was playing Brood War and ByuN was playing StarCraft 2. But here we go. Here we go, spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the now Brood War Terran player. The Brood War Terran player representing Shopper Rebellion being forced into a tied series. It is ByuN. And spawning in the top side, we have the StarCraft 2 Protoss player. The StarCraft 2 Protoss, the red Protoss for Virtus Pro, it is Classic. Can they do Brood War versus Brood War? No. So very quickly here, this mod is balanced for Brood War versus SE2. The mod is not balanced for Brood War versus Brood War. Just as a heads up. It is the Brood War races are intentionally balanced to play and to compete against the SE2 races, not against each other. There are some tournaments that do allow for Brood War versus Brood War, but that's not the intention of the mod itself. Like, that's not the purpose of the balance patches. So in StarCraft Evolution League, it is only Brood War versus SE2. Here we go. So now we do have CC first out of ByuN. We do see Classic finding ByuN immediately. Now, bearing in mind, welcome to Sylphid. Sylphid is a 3-player spawn map. You can spawn in top side, left side, or right side, and Classic does find ByuN immediately. ByuN is still unaware as to Classic's spawn location, and ByuN is following it up with, well, it should be a 3-Rax. Yep, 3-Rax Stim. This is a very common build in SC Evo TVP. Going for 3-Rax, going for the Academy, going for a very strong sim timing. There was an era, there was a period earlier this year where this was almost unstoppable and this would very easily win games with stim timings, but this build has been, you know, reduced, has been nerfed over time, is now a little bit weaker, does allow for some counterplay, and now this is an opener coming into the mid game, or at least it should be. Ooh, as the probe does go down, bit of miscontrol there by a Classic, and look, ByuN's laughing at him. Oh my god, he's like, mate, what are you doing? Losing your first probe? Bappy, what's going on? I'm telling you, it's the eggnog, Bappy. It's the, we're getting too festive. We're getting too spicy today. But Classic will lose his first probe. ByuN, at least Classic was able to scout though. Remember, he scouted all 3 Raxes. He knows. He knows the stim timing is coming. He's aware of the Raxes. And ByuN is building up his bio. It's building up. It would be cool if they could choose between races and then type. It would be nice. Unfortunately, like, again, that isn't necessarily the purpose of this mod. But there are some tournaments that do allow for that, where they care a little bit less about balance. They just let the players kind of do what they want. Specifically, the Kung Fu Cup tournaments. And I think even Enki's Evo show matches, I think he sometimes has that rule available as well. But now here comes Stim. Remember, as we mentioned, it's 3-Rax early sim timing here by ByuN. He's building up his bio, he's building up his medics. For those that are curious, how do you build a medic? It is behind the Academy when it comes to a tech structure. So we need the Academy, then we can start researching Stim, we can get into medics, we can even get into fire bats. That's more applicable to ZBT, to build up fire bats instead. But this is also, I should also talk about the build a little bit. This is also why this build is so strong, because the 3-Rax variation in StarCraft 2 hits with Mass Marine. In Brood War, it hits with Marine and Medics. You don't need a Starport for Medivacs, right? Your Medic support hits earlier. That's why this build was so strong for so long, because you have Stim and you have the sustain of Medic support as well. So 3-Raxes, they hit stronger in Brood War than in SE2 because of the Medics. But ByuN, he's moving out, and Classic is in position. Remember, Classic has scouted everything at a time. This build has been played out, and so far picks off 1 Marine. Stim is done in 1 second. Stim is ready. Stim's in. Does go for the dive. Shield battery is done. The sentry is ready for the force field, and Classic is holding. And Classic, it does hold on. Behind this, Classic went for a 4-gate? 3-gate. He went 3-gate blink. So very safe play here by Classic. As we mentioned, this build has been played out to the point where Classic scouted, he knew what was coming, and Classic is ready. And the game will continue. Now, what's important is that ByuN doesn't lose the army. ByuN lost, what, 2 Marines? Yeah, 2 Marines went down. So ByuN, he retains his army, he retains his composition. Now he can build up into a later timing, this time with Siege Mode being researched to get into Bio Tank. So he's able to retain the army, build up towards that mid-game. Looking for the Observer. Classic now taking his 3rd after the defense. Scans the main, spots Storm. Storm is being researched, not Colossus. As ByuN does catch a Stalker. Late reaction at the Classic. As ByuN, he wants another Stalker. Doesn't quite get it. Once again, trying to break out. Something that we didn't get to mention, which honestly hasn't really been applicable. Unfortunately, we haven't really been able to make use too much of the high ground. But side blockers and high ground and not being able to spot your opponents here, points of elevation are even greater here in SC Evo, just like in Brood War. There is a mischance. As the rocks are knocked down, fully walls this area off. ByuN trying to break through. This is buying enough time. Storm will finish. Storm is ready. There are 4 High Templar. Again, ByuN, he's trying to break out. But now we have 5 High Templar. Plenty of storms. ByuN, he scans, he sees. Does see all the storms available. Does pre-split. First storm, pretty good. Oh. Yeah, the storm is solid. Marines, they do rush in. And Classic is fine. He's still got 4 more storms. Plenty of storms. As we have a decent tank spread at least. Oh, nice target firing. Again, he's trying to focus down those High Templar with the tanks. He walls off to make sure it doesn't get surrounded. Now we have 1 main attack path, 1 choke point. ByuN is slowly working his way through. Another storm lands. The storm lands. We do have the prison moving out for a flanking storm. ByuN still rallying. Tanks leading caught unsieged. And once again, that's target firing. Storms, they do land. But the Marines, they mainly high back. Does take down 2 tanks. There's still 2 tanks left. Classic was a little bit too careless with their storms. Oh no, the prison goes down. High Templar is denied. No more storms left. That's the final storm. And ByuN, does he have enough? He does not. Zalze trades so well. It's close. It's getting so close. 3 Stalkers left. The Immortal. The Immortal arrives in time. Snipes one of the tanks. Again, very close, very clutch, but Classic does survive. Takes down one of the final tanks. There's still 1 more behind this. Oof. Does save the tank. Go back in. We barely have an army here, and Classic will chase down that final tank. He gets it. Takes down the tank. Behind this, ByuN just now trying to saturate his 3rd base. Remember, ByuN was borderline 2 base all in with a very late 3rd. That push was meant to end the game. That was meant to end the game, and ByuN fails to kill Classic. Fails to kill him. Now Classic can take a 4th base and stabilize. Classic looking to stabilize. Now, what I will say is that even though ByuN didn't kill Classic, ByuN still traded well. Like, he was able to reset the Stalker count. He reset the High Templar count. Like, this was an expensive defense for Classic. Remember, Classic lost the Prism. So many Templar went down. 8 in total. So expensive losses and expensive defense. ByuN slowly saturating his third base. Classic still working on the fourth. We're getting a little bit awkward here. Classic is rotating towards the third base. Meanwhile, ByuN, he does miss the army. They miss each other. Tanks are in position, but they're a little bit further back. Classic moving in. Storm grazes the army. First tank will go down. Now the storm lands. Oh, and that's a cancel. That's a cancel on the fourth base. ByuN, he gets across the map. ByuN, he attacks, and does he defend? Forced to lift. Back at home, there's defensive warp in. And Classic holds, but Classic, he needs a fourth expansion. Classic, he needs to make use of that economy. He's racing home. He's racing back home. Probes are going to be going down. Using 3 probes. Classic rushing back home. Oh, the prism goes down. Not again, but thankfully there was no High Templar in the prism this time. But expensive losses for Classic. And ByuN, he has momentum. He breaks out across the map. Classic, he's stuck at home, which means he cannot slow down the push. Classic is out of position. He's out of position. ByuN is moving in. And ByuN is so close to breaking Classic. Now there's a Colossus. Dropship into the main. And ByuN, oof. Once again, trying to focus on those High Templar. There's 4 Templar. There's 4 Storms. The dropship was dealt with. Classic is going for it. Yeah, he goes to the dive, gets one of the tanks. Yeah, tanks are exposed. The army's a little bit far back, and tanks are going down one after the other. Down to 3 High Templar. Still has Storms. And he's up to 3 Colossus as well. Jesus. It's a lot of Colossi. Just trying to stay out of range of the tanks. Yo, ByuN, calm down. Jesus. ByuN killed his own medic. ByuN. As Classic still desperately trying to expand. Does find a group of ByuN. We'll lock this down. At the same time, ByuN rotates, just ensuring that there's no expansion. Classic, he just wants a 4th base. Speaking of, ByuN getting his own 4th. Okay, his own 4th expansion. Classic trying to break out. Ooh, running into tanks. Oof. Losing 3 zealots. Oh no! Yeah, just awkward pathing here. The terrain working against Classic. Classic, he's built up a critical massive army. He gets spotted by the scan. ByuN getting in position to protect his tanks. Nice movement by ByuN. Nice pre-split as well. Yeah, Storms, they're lackluster. There's 2 Storms left. Trying to go for the rocks. Actually, he just avoids the tanks. Okay, Classic just goes straight for the 3rd. Straight to the 3rd base, into the mineral line. Tanks, they're out of position. Yeah, ByuN caught with his pants down at the same time, though. He gets into the mineral line. 18 probes. 18 probe kills. Yes, Classic, he takes down the 3rd base, but he will lose his own. Trying to get on top of the factory, but Classic, he's just not gaining enough ground here. He's overextending. The Colossus are within range of the tanks. Ooh, Colossus goes down. And Classic, I mean, his army here still has a lot of potential. But ByuN taking his 4th base. ByuN, he just goes straight for the third. The new third base of Classic, it's gonna go down. Classic again out of position. He's trying to recall back home. Oof, that's a kill. Is a kill. But ByuN, he will lose everything. Uh-oh. Yeah, ByuN, he has no tank support. He will lose all the Marines, the medics as well. And ByuN, he plummets in supply. And Classic, it's go time. It's go time. The tanks are on their own. The tanks are exposed. ByuN threw everything away. And Classic, he can do it. We're getting messy, Pat. We're getting very messy. But Classic is not. He has broken the main army of ByuN. Boys, I think they're here to help support. But it's too late. GG gets called. Classic, he will take the game. He will take a 2-1 lead in the series. GG. Hi, GG. Well played. A very, very active, very aggressive, very chaotic game here on Sylphid. We saw that Classic could just never expand. He could just never get a fourth base. ByuN was able to get a greater economy, and honestly, ByuN was looking quite good there. He was able to trade well, deny bases, get into deny the economy, deny the mining. But we saw that ByuN overextended. He moved out with his entire bio army. He left his tanks back at home, and his army was split in half. He essentially fought with half his army. He lost all the bio, then lost all the tanks towards the end. GG. GG, well played. Again, ByuN, he was called out, and with that, Classic takes a 2-1 lead. Classic is one game away from taking the series. Onomas, one more game is all he needs. Let's go. Whew. Meanwhile, we'll see if ByuN can force the ace match as we are loading into Radion for game 4. Let's go. Loading into Radion. As Radion is our new 4-player spawn map. Let's go. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Radion, we have the Brood War Terran player. Interesting, deciding to stick with Brood War here. We have the South Korean Terran player for Shopify. It is ByuN. As he's aware his opponent is either top left or top right. Meanwhile, spawning in the top left hand corner of Radion, we have our SC2 Protoss player, the red Protoss representing Protoss Pro. It is Classic. Meanwhile, Classic is aware that ByuN is either bottom left or bottom right. So the way this works here, welcome to Radion. This is a 4-player spawn map, and specifically on 4-player spawn maps in StarCraft Evolution, you can see here on the minimap, you can see that ByuN has 2 pings letting him know that Classic is in either one of these spawn locations. One location is eliminated as a possibility here. Same for Classic. Classic is aware of 2 possible spawn locations. The location is eliminated as well. So it's a way to reduce some of the RNG. Hello, Classic checking for the proxy location. I mean, makes sense, as ByuN is proxied twice in this series. True. So, it does make sense. Yo, shout to SC Evo. Let's go. As Classic is going for the diagonal scout first. He's going bottom right. Meanwhile, ByuN does go CC first. CC first into a 2 racks follow-up, most likely into a 3rd racks as well. Very greedy build here by ByuN. Again, there's less of a chance that you're up against like a cheese or a proxy, so ByuN is cutting corners, is being greedy. Classic, meanwhile, scouts bottom right and is still looking for ByuN. And we'll find him. Meanwhile, there's that 3rd rack. So once again, 3 racks sim timing out of ByuN. The same build as last game, except this time it is a little bit greedier because of the faster natural. Catching up in the chat. It's a great match. GG's, no Vikings. Remember, the Vikings don't exist for ByuN. In the last game, ByuN was playing Brood War Terran. He's playing Brood War Terran here as well. The Vikings are non-existent. ByuN has got Wraiths. He's got Valkyries. Neither of which I would want to see against Colossus. They're not really meant for that kind of situation. Constant pressure. Exclamation mark Bud. Oh, exclamation mark SC Evo in the chat. Yeah. Avex. He's got the command. He's got it. I think we have a command for the wiki as well. It's like SC Evo wiki or something. I don't know. We have a command for that as well somewhere. Meanwhile, ByuN hiding his marines, trying to catch the first stalker. Cheeky move here by ByuN. Stalker moves in, and ByuN can come in from behind. Remember, there's no blink. So nice trap here, nice catch from ByuN. The Stalker will get maybe one SCV. Yeah, it gets one. And shouldn't get any more than that. And just one SCV. Better trade for ByuN. Stim has begun. Here comes Stim. Here come the medics. ByuN is moving out. Oh, is he talking smack? Is he God damn it. ByuN, calm down, baby. Calm down. Let's have a look. I think he said a pun. I would appreciate any translations in the chat. I think ByuN said like torso P, and then Classic's like, what about the Marine? Something along those lines. But I think ByuN said a pun in his first line of commentary, which is why the translation was a little bit weird. But there we go. ByuN, he has arrived. Stim is done in 10 seconds, so 10 seconds away from Stim. Classic attempting to expand. The third base is going to be so difficult to maintain on this map. You can just see how far away the third is. Like, the distance by ground is insane. Like, this area here is so abusable. Jesus. I would say that this is a more secure third, but the Protoss player doesn't want to expand towards the Terran. So this will be very difficult to defend. And I don't know if you noticed, but ByuN, he threw down a bunch of factories. So he goes for a Stim opener into mech. As ByuN stims in and gets a couple of stalkers. That's what, 2 stalkers going down, and back at home, here come the factories. And a third CC. Oh. And nice punish by Classic. Very nice. Yeah, the army was just being overstimmed. Classic does punish, he breaks out. The bunker is complete though. It's a bunker, plenty of bio. We'll see if ByuN does go for extra factories. Yep, there it is. Ion thrusters going into vultures. So he is trying to make that switch into mech. He's not there yet. But he's making 2 tanks at a time. Siege mode is almost done. And with the help of tanks, this position should be impenetrable, right? Like, the high ground here is going to be crazy to defend this choke point. And there's no way to blink into the main outside of this ramp or this cliff face. Boys are being pulled. Observer gets swatted. And yep, here come extra factories. So the Raxes are just being used as overlords. They're just scouting. More factories on the way. And ByuN is secure. As we mentioned, as you can see here, there's no way to blink into the main base from the triangular third. So ByuN, he is very secure here. As he's making it up. You can see he's trying to bait out the stalkers. Oof. Yeah, massive tank shots. The bait worked. Did bait Classic in. You see ByuN's trying to do it again. So he sets up his tanks and he's trying to lure the stalkers within tank range. I was like, oh no, my marines are exposed. Come at me. Oh. Again, Classic doesn't know where the tanks are. For all he knows, they're further back in the main. Behind this Classic going to Colossus production. Going for a 4th base. Okay. Mass expanding. Trying to gain map control. ByuN, he does scan. He spots the stalkers. Spreading himself a little bit thin. As ByuN attempts to expand. I do think this is a more secure base just because of the choke points. Ooh, but Classic, he's doubling down. Charge is complete. Massive orbit of zealots, and Classic kind of break this position. Remember, we have 3 tanks that are too far behind. ByuN is spread thin. These tanks, they're far back. Classic, where are we going? Spider mines are getting ready. Getting ready with the minefield. Zealots, they charge in. They're getting on top of the tanks. Yeah, decent mine connections, but the tanks are exposed and they're going to go down. Massive pickups, getting 4 tanks. 4 tanks go down. Question. ByuN's like, question mark. What happened, Pat? What happened? Like, Pappy, you're out of position. Out of position. ByuN's like, mate, you were meant to go through the choke point. GG. GG gets called. Classic, he breaks through the siege line, and Classic, he will take the series 3-1. GG. The question mark, Pappy. GG, well played. So Classic, he was able to rotate in time. Again, ByuN's bio army, which was meant to buffer for the tanks, out of position. He was on the top side. He was able to get some spider mines, but clearly needed more time to build up a greater minefield. Not just that, but also SimCity to protect those tanks, right? The tanks, they were exposed, they were left out in the open, and they were the first to go down. GG. GG, well played. Congratulations to Classic for claiming the series. Again, a very intense back and forth here. We saw a lot of variety from our players as well, and some nonsense, with ByuN going for some non-stop cheeses and proxies and ninja bases. Classic playing more standard is what I will say. A lot more standard, a lot more straight up, and in the end, Classic comes out on top. GG. GG, well played. And with that, we have our finals. We have our grand finals. Solo took down Tasia, Classic took down ByuN, and we have a ZVP between Classic and Solar. Un momento. Against Solar, he is a bit of a newer face to SC Evo. All these other players have months of experience over Solar, but Solar in recent times has been devoting a little bit of time to practicing, to improving, to playing. It does feel like he has gotten he has got an interest in SC Evo, and he's one of the latest players to kind of jump onto SC Evo. Again, Classic, ByuN, a lot of these others have been playing it since almost the start of the year. Solo's a little bit newer, but looking good nonetheless. Still looking good.